Mars, in the Warhammer 40K universe, is so different from the lifeless desert we know. It's a world overtaken by industry, faith, and the power of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
It's really quite remarkable how this planet's become the core of the Imperium's war machine, turning a planet into a living, breathing embodiment of their belief in the machine god is just fascinating.
Yeah, you look at it and it's dominated by these huge forges and towering monuments to their god. Plus, refineries just stretch on as far as you can see.
And it's such a change from what it used to be. Mars, way back when, was a world they terraformed. It was similar to old Earth during the age of technology, but the centuries of constant industry have really changed it. The air is choked with smog, the seas are gone, and the deserts have come back. It's so different from the lush environment it once had.
That change really shows how single-minded the Adeptus Mechanicus are. They believe technology is the only way to understand the universe, and they chase that understanding with a passion that's almost religious. A dedication is a big part of why Mars is such a force in the Imperium.
We also have to remember how important Mars is as the headquarters of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Their influence covers the whole galaxy. They're the ones who maintain and develop all the tech that keeps the Imperium running, from tiny parts to the biggest starships.
It makes their relationship with Terra, the center of Imperial power, a really interesting one. They're partners, in a sense, symbolized by the two-headed Aquila. But Mars is still pretty independent because of the Treaty of Mars.
That treaty, signed thousands of years ago, was a major turning point for the Imperium. It gave the Mechanicum their independence in exchange for their skill with technology. The Emperor knew how powerful they were, and he needed their help for his big plans.
And by agreeing to the treaty, the Mechanicum got to keep pursuing their own goals and beliefs. It's a deal that's shaped the fate of the whole galaxy. It was a partnership born out of necessity, but it's lasted for thousands of years, though not without its problems.
Exactly. There's always been tension, suspicion, and even outright fighting between Terra and Mars. But even with those issues, they need each other for the Imperium to survive. This tension is even mirrored within Martian society itself.
Martian society has this strict hierarchy, with each person basically acting like a part in the giant machine of the cult Mechanicus. You've got your regular laborers working in the forges and refineries, the Skitarii legions who are trying to gain power and augmentations, and of course, the highly respected tech priests. They're at the very top of this theocratic society.
And it's a society where everyone is connected to the machine god. It's through the Electus, a network of cyberware under their skin that links even the lowest worker to the divine. With these implants, they're trying to move beyond their limits as humans and reach a state of technological perfection. It's a really fascinating concept, don't you think?
It is. But it's also a little unsettling, the idea of combining flesh and machine to reach spiritual enlightenment. It brings up a lot of questions about what it means to be human and what could happen when technology advances too far. But in the world of Warhammer 40K, it's something that defines Martian culture.
And talking about Martian culture, we can't forget the Skitarii legions. These cybernetic warriors, in their iconic crimson robes, represent what many Martians want to be. They embody that devotion to the machine god. They're living weapons forged in the fires of Mars and made stronger by their unwavering faith.
Their crimson robes, a symbol of both Mars and the Adeptus Mechanicus, are a common sight on battlefields across the galaxy, a true testament to the power and reach of Mars.
Their organization is pretty intricate, too. They're divided into macroclades and cohorts, each with a specific role and way of fighting. That structured approach to warfare is another sign of Martian culture. Order and efficiency matter most in everything they do.
But under the surface of this seemingly unbreakable machine lies a secret. A legend whispered among the tech priests of Mars. The story of the Noctis Labyrinth and the slumbering entity known as the Dragon of Mars.
Ah, yes, the Dragon of Mars. One of those ancient beings of pure energy known as the Star Gods. Some say it might even be the Void Dragon, imprisoned under Mars by the Emperor himself. It's a frightening thought. Imagine the power it could unleash if it woke up.
The Imperium would be shaken to its core. And haven't we already seen hints of its presence? The Necrons attacked Mars and seemed very interested in the Noctis Labyrinth. A lot of people think they were looking for the Void Dragon.
They used to be slaves to these powerful beings, so it makes sense they'd be interested in a place where one might be imprisoned. If they were to ever free the Void Dragon, the results would be catastrophic. It would be a huge test for the already struggling Imperium.
It's a reminder that even at the center of their power, they're vulnerable. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, even the strongest empires can be brought down by secrets buried in their past. The past is a way of catching up, and for Mars, that past could hold the key to the Imperium's salvation or its destruction.
Mars is a planet of incredible history and undiscovered wonders, a place where the past and future clash in a display of industry, faith, and technological might. And we've only just scratched the surface.
Let's keep exploring this fascinating world. We'll look at the important places that define Mars, uncover the secrets of its military strength, and dive deeper into the mysteries hidden beneath its rust-red plains.
Speaking of those rust-red plains, let's head to some of Mars's most notable spots.
I think we'll be pretty amazed by how massive and impressive what the Adeptus Mechanicus has built is. From those giant forges to the monuments that reach high above the smog.
We definitely have to start with Olympus Mons. It's not just the biggest mountain there, but it's also where the largest and most productive forge temple on the planet is. It really shows off how strong their industry is.
Right, and of course it's the home of the Fabricator General. That's the highest authority in the Adeptus Mechanicus. It's a position with a ton of power, shaping the fate of the Imperium.
Think about the weight of those decisions, all the lives and resources they control. Every order from Olympus Mons impacts the whole Imperium, affecting countless worlds and billions of people.
It's definitely a place shrouded in mystery and reverence, just like the Adeptus Mechanicus themselves. But even in this huge city, there's another amazing location we should mention, the Temple of All Knowledge.
That name just makes you think of amazing things. It's supposed to be a giant storehouse of knowledge gathered over thousands of years, a real testament to how much they want to understand everything.
They believe that all knowledge ultimately leads back to the machine god, and their whole lives are about discovering his secrets. Inside that temple, you have the high altar of technology. It's this massive database that's always getting information from all over the Imperium. Can you imagine the secrets it holds? The technological marvels waiting to be rediscovered.
It really shows how the Adeptus Mechanicus think about history in the long term and how much they value knowledge. They've carefully built a system to save and protect it for generations to come.
And speaking of systems, we can't forget about the Ring of Iron. The sheer scale of this orbital construction is mind-boggling. Thousands of dry docks and manufacturing facilities, all working together to produce the ships and weapons that fuel the Imperium's war machine.
It's this unbelievable feat of engineering and logistics. It really shows their mastery of industry and how dedicated they are to their cause. You can almost hear the constant activity, the never-ending flow of materials and people through it. It's like an industrial symphony, but on a scale that's hard to grasp.
And all of this, from the Ring of Iron to the huge forges on the surface, is fiercely protected by the military might of Mars. The Skitarii legions are always ready to defend their forge world from any threat, whether it's from inside or outside.
Their unwavering discipline and relentless advance are truly a sight to behold. They're not just soldiers, they're fanatics driven by their faith in the machine god to achieve victory at any cost. Their crimson robes are like a sea of red flowing across the battlefield as they march in perfect unison. They really symbolize the unyielding spirit of Mars.
Their organization is a reflection of how brilliant the Adeptus Mechanicus is when it comes to strategy, macroclades, and cohorts, each with its own special role and battle plan. They've turned warfare into a science, a carefully organized symphony of destruction.
Their weapons are just as impressive. You have everything from the galvanic rifles that the basic Skitarii use to the Onager dune crawlers that give heavy fire support. They're equipped to face any enemy in the galaxy, no matter if it's the horrors of chaos or the sneaky Xenos.
And of course, we can't forget about the Titans, those massive war machines that show the Adeptus Mechanicus' ultimate power. They're like gods of war, striding across the battlefield and leaving destruction in their wake.
The ground actually shakes under their feet. The air crackles with energy when they use their incredible firepower. It's clear proof of how technologically advanced the Adeptus Mechanicus are and how dedicated they are to the machine god. Just by being there, they can change the course of a battle.
The Skitarii legions and the Titans, working together, represent the unwavering defense of Mars. They're a force to be reckoned with and a vital component of the Imperium's military might.
But even in the center of this industrial giant, there are secrets hidden beneath the surface of Mars, secrets that could really shake the foundations of the Imperium.
You're talking about the legend of the Noctis Labyrinth and the sleeping entity known as the Dragon of Mars. We've touched on it a bit, but it deserves more exploration.
The Noctis Labyrinth is this place of darkness and mystery, with tunnels and chambers that go deep into the planet. Some even say it's haunted by ancient spirits and protected by dangerous machines. A place where even the bravest tech priests are afraid to go.
And at its heart is the Dragon of Mars. It's a being with immense power, and no one knows for sure where it came from. Some believe it's a void dragon, trapped there by the Emperor himself. Just the thought of it sends chills down my spine. It really makes you realize that even in the heart of the Imperium, there are forces we can't understand lurking in the shadows.
It makes you wonder what else could be hidden under the surface of Mars. What other secrets are buried in its rust-red plains, just waiting to be uncovered? The possibilities are both exciting and scary.
But maybe we should shift our focus now to another key location on Mars, a place that shows how much the Adeptus Mechanicus values knowledge and how much they revere the machine god, the Librarius Omnis.
The Librarius Omnis. It's said to be this underground storehouse of knowledge that spans entire continents, a maze of archives and databanks that hold untold secrets of technology and history.
Imagine tech priests spending their whole lives there, going through ancient texts, figuring out mysterious codes, and putting together pieces of lost knowledge. The amount of information in that place must be overwhelming. Countless scrolls, data slabs, and cogitator banks, all holding the wisdom of thousands of years.
It's a testament to their belief that knowledge is the key to understanding the universe and unlocking the secrets of the machine god. It's also a place of immense historical significance. This is where the legendary techno-archaeologist Arcanland made his groundbreaking discoveries.
His name is whispered with reverence among the tech priests of Mars. His expeditions into the Librarius Omnis led to the rediscovery of vital technological blueprints, including the schematics for the Land Raider and the Land Speeder.
Can you imagine the excitement, the sense of awe that must have come with those discoveries? It must have been like finding a lost treasure, getting a glimpse into the incredible technology of a forgotten era.
His legacy continues in those machines that carry his name, a testament to the power of knowledge and the constant search for understanding. His discoveries are just a small part of the secrets hidden in the Librarius Omnis. It's a place where the past and future meet, a testament to their constant pursuit of knowledge and their unwavering belief in the machine god.
And then there's the Librarium Omnissiah, a place that's even more mysterious and revered. It's supposed to have mile-long logistacks filled with records of the universe's mysteries, a scale that's almost impossible to imagine.
Some people believe it rivals the archive catacombs of the Adeptus Terra in size and importance. Imagine the secrets hidden within its depths, lost histories, forbidden technologies, and the answers to questions that have troubled humanity for thousands of years.
It's a symbol of the Adeptus Mechanicus's insatiable thirst for knowledge. It's a place where the boundaries of what we know about the universe are constantly being pushed, where the mysteries of the machine god are slowly but surely being revealed.
It reminds us that in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, knowledge is power, and the Adeptus Mechanicus controls a vast and ancient treasure trove of it.
But not all the locations on Mars are about seeking knowledge or building war machines. There are places of conflict and secrets, too, places where the different parts of Martian society clash.
The Tharsis region, for example, is a place where tech priests are always scheming and fighting for power. During the early days of the Imperium, it had some of the most powerful forged temples on Mars, each one trying to control the resources and production of the planet.
And those rivalries often turned into open conflict. They wanted to show they were in charge and secure their position in the hierarchy. It reminds us that even within the seemingly united Adeptus Mechanicus, there are internal divisions and power struggles that can have big consequences.
Those struggles affect everything: the flow of resources, how technology is developed, and how military forces are deployed. It's a delicate balance of power, always changing and evolving.
And then you have the Vaults of Moravec, a place full of secrets and danger. It holds forbidden knowledge that even the Adeptus Mechanicus is afraid of. These vaults were made by Primus Moravec. He was a tech priest who tried to unlock the secrets of artificial intelligence and create a technological singularity.
The emperor thought his research was heretical and ordered the vaults to be sealed. He wanted to protect humanity from the potential consequences of such dangerous knowledge. But during the Horus Heresy, War Master Horus tempted Kelberhal, the fabricator general of Mars, with the chance to unlock those secrets.
That act of betrayal started the Schism of Mars. It ripped the Adeptus Mechanicus apart in a brutal civil war. When the vaults were opened, it unleashed a flood of forbidden knowledge and twisted technologies into the galaxy, changing the Imperium forever.
It's a warning about what can happen when ambition goes unchecked and the allure of forbidden knowledge is too strong. Even the most powerful empires can fall because of internal conflicts and the pride of their leaders.
The Vaults of Moravec are still a place of darkness and mystery. They remind us of the dangers hidden beneath Mars and how fragile even the most powerful groups can be.
But when we talk about powerful institutions, we can't forget about the Titan legions, those awe-inspiring engines of war that represent the ultimate power of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
They're more than just weapons. They're like gods of war, striding across the battlefield and destroying everything in their path. The ground shakes when they move. The air crackles with energy when they fire their weapons.
They are the ultimate symbol of the Adeptus Mechanicus's might, a testament to their mastery of technology, and a reminder that even in the darkest times, the Imperium has the means to defend itself. On Mars, one Titan legion stands above all others, Legio Tempestus, the Stormlords.
Just their name makes you think of thunder and lightning, the fury of a storm unleashed upon the Imperium's enemies. They are a legion of veterans, their titans marked with the stars of countless battles, proof of their unwavering courage and their loyalty to the machine god.
Their fortress temple, located on the plains of Xanthus, is a huge complex of forges, repair bays, and barracks. It's where they take care of and prepare their war machines for battle. A real testament to their power, their history, and their dedication to defending Mars.
And at the heart of their fortress temple is the god engine of Legio Tempestus, the Imperator Titan Dies Irae.
Dies Irae, Wrath of God. It's a perfect name for such a colossal and destructive weapon. It said that Dies Irae has faced entire armies and come out victorious from battles that would have destroyed lesser war machines. Its weapons are legendary, and its armor is almost impossible to penetrate.
Just seeing it on the battlefield can terrify the enemy and boost the morale of even the most exhausted Imperial forces. Dies Irae is more than just a weapon. It's a symbol of the Adeptus Mechanicus' power, proof of their incredible technological skill. It shows that even in the darkest times, the Imperium can defend itself.
Legio Tempestus and Dies Irae, together they protect Mars, a strong defense against the forces of chaos and a beacon of hope in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium.
We also can't forget another key part of Mars's defenses, the Knights of House Tyrannus.
Ah, yes, House Tyrannus. Noble warriors piloting those massive knight suits into battle alongside the Skitarian Titans. They're a force to be reckoned with, their knight suits blending ancient technology with modern weapons.
Their fortress temple, located near the busy shipyards of Impluvian Maximal, shows their long history and their unwavering loyalty to the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are bound to Mars by oaths of fealty sworn thousands of years ago, a connection forged in fire and steel.
And their knight suits are something to see, each one a towering display of how the Adeptus Mechanicus can combine the old and the new, creating weapons of incredible power.
They move across the battlefield with surprising grace for their size, their weapons blazing with righteous fury. They are the Knights of Mars, the protectors of the Forge world, and a vital part of the Imperium's military strength.
Seeing them fight alongside the Skitarian Titans shows how united the Adeptus Mechanicus is in its goals.
They're all parts of the same machine, driven by their faith in the machine god and their dedication to protecting the Imperium. Together, they are guardians of Mars, a defense against chaos, and a beacon of hope in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium.
But even with all this power, all this technology, all this faith, Mars isn't invincible. It's facing dangers, both internal and external, that could lead to its downfall.
The Adeptus Mechanicus isn't just one solid group. It's a complex mix of different factions, rivalries, and competing ideas. You have some who want to keep the old ways, others who are all about trying new and radical things, and even those who talk about forbidden technologies.
And these divisions can lead to open conflict. We saw it happen with the Schism of Mars. The effects of that conflict are still felt today, reminding us that even the most powerful groups can be torn apart by internal strife.
And outside of Mars, there are tons of enemies who would love to see the Forge world destroyed. The forces of chaos, the Xenos empires, and the dangerous whispers of the warp, all of them want to weaken the Imperium and extinguish the light of technology.
Mars is a symbol of hope in the darkness, a sign of humanity's resilience and ingenuity. But it's a symbol that's constantly in danger, a target for anyone who wants to see the Imperium collapse.
The fate of Mars hangs in the balance, showing just how uncertain life is in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium.
This brings us to the end of our exploration of the surface of Mars, a planet of immense history, technological wonders, and untold dangers.
We've seen its most important places, gone deep into its secrets, and witnessed its incredible military power.
But there's still more to our journey. Many mysteries remain, and many threads are waiting to be untangled. The Adeptus Mechanicus is a real paradox, a force for both progress and destruction. Their role in the 41st millennium is incredibly important, but also uncertain.
It's a bit mind-boggling, isn't it?
It really is. Imagine standing on the rust-red plains of Mars. The ground vibrates beneath your feet, and the air is thick with the smell of burning promethium. Above you is the massive shape of Olympus Mons, the Fabricator General's seat, a testament to their industrial might.
All around you, you see the huge forges and refineries, this endless network of machines that power the Imperium's war machine, all constantly working to produce the tools of war. It's both awe-inspiring and a little unsettling to see so much industrial power.
And deep below the surface, in the darkness of the Noctis Labyrinth, the Dragon of Mars slumbers, a being of immense power waiting to be unleashed.
The fate of Mars, maybe even the whole Imperium, hangs in the balance.
It makes you wonder, can Mars keep up with the demands placed on it? Can the Adeptus Mechanicus control the forces they're trying to harness? Or will the Red Planet eventually fall to the pressures of galactic war and the whispers of ancient powers?
Those are questions only time can answer. But one thing's for sure. The fate of Mars is tied to the fate of humanity. And in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, the future is far from certain.
It's been incredible exploring the heart of the machine god. Till next time, may the Omnissiah guide you.